Welcome back to the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. We're going to take this and turn it into this. And that's coming up next on the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. First off, big shout out to Andy, who works at the Staples store in DuBois, Pennsylvania. He was a real big help to me. I told him I was having problems with my patterns not showing up on the camera because the patterns were black ink on white paper and I couldn't see them on camera. Andy suggested to use red paper so that the black ink would show up on the camera, and it does. So if you're ever in the DuBois, Pennsylvania area and you need copies made or any assistance in anything, give Andy a visit. He knows his stuff. Here I am cutting the template out on the scroll saw. I find making templates a time saver when I make things. When I'm batching out a number of things, templates come in handy to save me time, energy, and money. It's been a while since I've used my scroll saw on a regular basis. I commonly use my scroll saw just to cut out templates, so I'm using a real aggressive blade, cutting close to the pattern outline, but not into it. I'll sand up to the line after it's all cut out. Even though I have the video sped up by 4 times the normal speed, you want to go slow, especially the closer you get to the outside line, to prevent going into the template. Being careful on this step is crucial. Every mistake you make here will transfer onto every project you do. So I either lost the video or I forgot to push record when I drilled out my template holes. Here I couldn't find my punch mark or my punch tool for my holes, so I had to use my jeweler's screwdriver to mark where I had to use my Forstner bits on my project. It's not what I would recommend you using. Don't be like me, keep an organized shop where you can find things. Now I have to use 5 different Forstner bits to drill out my holes. My drill press is severely underpowered. I'm used to drilling by hand, even though it's not as accurate as a drill press. It's just another upgrade I need to make. Now, after the holes are drilled, it's going to be another rinse and repeat with cutting out the scroll saw, or cutting on the scroll saw, getting as close to the line as possible without going inside of the line. And of course, having a benchtop sander is a huge help, saving hours of hand sanding. So if you have one of these gizmos, you don't have to get as close to the line as normally I had to do before getting a benchtop sander. So yeah, I kind of ran out of things to say here, so let's just enjoy the view. I just love this disc sander right here. It really cuts into the curves easy. Very, very easy. And of course I use the edge of the upper belt sander to get the inside curve just as well. Boy, you'd think this stuff would go faster here. This whole process, just stumbling and bumbling through to include the template, only took me tops 30 minutes to do this. But I really feel that little Christmas gifts or last minute housewarming gifts or last minute presents, especially since a lot of people don't really measure their spaghetti noodles that I know of. They just dump them in. Now here I'm using my handheld router. I got this thing, it is just a dream because it allows me to get into some small areas. And this, of all things, is a learning process. I should have drilled out at least, or routed out at least most of it before I actually cut it out to give me a little bit more room to clamp and use the handheld router.
Just be really, really careful here. I may be doing some dangerous things that you see. Just read and follow your instructions, and if there's a better way of you being able to do this, I'm sure all ears to hear from you. Now, I used store-bought butcher block to coat the pasta tool. I used 2 coats and the wood just sucked it up. So I wound up having to put a 3rd coat on, and it still sucked it up. So then I put on board butter, and I'll be releasing another video soon where I make my own board butter. I'm so excited on that video. I will try that on any future products that I make, so you got to stay tuned for that. And because I also do leather making, I had some leather straps that were cut very, very fine, and it fit right into the hole of the top. So this way there, it's an easy
finally done.
for somebody to
Give you a
hang
better
this up on their
look
wall,
at it here, and I'll
right
actually
over
do a
their,
B-roll where I have it
section of where they
on a
prep
white
their,
background so you can
food
see
at.
it. The interesting thing is that this is
And it
a
just
pasta
came out
measuring
really
tool, as
beautiful.
I've already said. You've got your single serve, your double serve, your triple serve, and your 4-person serve. I don't know how to say that in triplets or double or single. Home run? I don't know. Anywho, was going to show you this, but my partner doesn't measure. She just grabs and throws in the pot. But for you individuals out there that are trying to follow a diet, or you don't know how much to use, these things come in handy. Now, I did do a butcher block finish on it, and it needs its 3rd coat. I've only done 2 coats to this. But the book I found this in is called 101 Weekend Gift Projects from Wood, and it's by James A. Jacobson. Fantastic book, a lot of simple projects in here as well as some more intricate ones. But total time of this took, maybe I want to say, if I was just to have to make this by itself now, it's probably going to take me about tops 30 minutes. Tops. The next time I make this, though, just to save myself time, I'm just going to put the pattern on my CNC and cut it out. And then that way there, all I got to do is just do some sanding and some rounding over with my highly great skills of how to router edges. But it's a fantastic project to use. So, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that I need to say after I hang up on this this project, but I'll just have to start learning to write things down. So that's it for the weekend. I appreciate you watching me. If you feel I deserve it, give me a like, thumbs up, okay? Comment maybe, even share this with your friends. Oh, now I remember what I wanted to tell you. I did a search on Etsy, and Etsy had these variety of different ways people made them, from laser cutting them, which were the least expensive ones I saw. You're spending anywhere from $2 to $8, and then they even had resin ones that were from like $8 to $18. But these guys, made out of wood, they went for anywhere from $20 to $29 on Etsy. So this is going to be a really good product just to batch out. And if you're doing a craft show, I would put these around $15 to $20 depending on what craft show that I'm going to, and see how it flies. It's a good heft. The book actually said use 1/4 inch. No. That just seemed too thin for me, especially when you wind up making mistakes on it, gouging it when you're routering it. You'll have to trash the whole thing. But all in all, very simple, easy gift to make, easy project to make. Certainly doesn't take a weekend to do. 30 minutes tops. So that's the end of another exciting video. All right, I'm trying to get more out. Big changes are coming personally in my life, and hopefully this will give me more time to be able to create more content and put it out for you. So as always, stay safe, stay blessed. This is Jeff with the Bookworm Woodmakers channel.